Hi everybody, Paul ISM. Welcome to another review. So today we're going to have a look at some S.K.Decals. Now S.K.Decals are on Facebook. It's s.k.decals. The guy's name is Frankie. He's in Hong Kong, and the decals are absolutely fantastic. They really are. If you saw my Tesco Sierra, which I'll show in a little bit, they were done with it and absolutely brilliant. Vibrant colours, really clear decals, and went down with no bother whatsoever. So I've got a few sets here. I've got a few more on the way. Absolutely superb. The price, well, they're about £10 a decal sheet, a couple of pound postage, so very, very cheap aftermarket decal sheets. And they offer some decal sheets that you can't get anymore for some other more rarer / obscure Tamiya kits. So you can get the Volvo A50, you can get the Accords, Texaco Sierra, the RS500s. I've got a couple of them there. I've got Andy Rouse's car. We've got, I think it's Tim Harvey's Labatt's RS500. We've got the Castrol XJR Honda Accord. And things like this, which is for the new B-Max Corona in the Energizer scheme. Very, very nice scheme as well. We've also got the Volvo scheme, which you're going to see in a minute as well, for both the saloon and the estate, and they're very hard to get. And there's numerous ones on there, including some of the newer kits, BMW's M6, Mercedes GT3. So go and have a look. s.k.decals on Facebook. If you're not on Facebook, I'll put his email address in the description down below as well. So if you need any, send him an email. He can sort you out some pics or whatever, what they've got. But very reasonably priced, and the postage is quick as well. Us does a set of rims as well for the BMW. I think they're the E50 BBS ones. Very cheap as well. I got 3 sets of those on the way I bought the other day. And yeah, just great. So have a look and see what you think. Absolutely fantastic service, and a really nice guy to talk to as well. Right, so let's go to the bench. Let's have a look at what we've got. I'm going to show some of the decals going down, and then we'll come back and have a look what it looks like at the end of the day when I'm all done. Right, okay, so I've got a small selection of S.K.Decals. I've bought a few more. They're on the way. I've already used them, so I know they go down well. And what we're going to do today is have a quick look through some, and then pick a set and show you how some of them go down. So, some quite, not obscure, but hard to get ones. So you got the Volvo A50 Tamiya's kit, the touring car, British Touring Car Championships. Decal is no longer in production from other companies, quite often because of the age of the kit. The decals in the kit are shot. Mine were absolutely destroyed. And nice to see you be able to get them again. You get the full colour livery for down the side, so there's nothing to paint. Paint the car white, everything else is decals, makes life so much easier and absolutely brilliant. We've got the Toyota Corona. This is the kit from B-Max, which I've just got. Comes in that nice red ESO scheme. So they've done the Energizer scheme as well, which is again really nice. I'm not going to get them all out because we don't need to show them all. I've got the iconic Labatt's, I think it's Tim Harvey's car. Absolutely amazing scheme, and a kit I'll be building very soon using Tamiya's RS500. Lovely, lovely scheme. So again, absolutely fantastic. Painted blue. Everything else is decal. Another iconic car, Andy Rouse's Caliber RS500. And again, very nice scheme. The lovely horse on the roof. Very, very nice. Lovely quality decals. And the Honda Castrol Accord from the Japanese Touring Car Championships. Lovely kit. I've already built it once. Had a bit of a nightmare with the paintwork on the original. They caused the decals to silver upon clear coat, so plan to redo it and bought these. You can get Shunko decals for it, but honestly, stay clear of the Shunkos. Anything they need to conform around, you're not going to hope in how. So absolutely brilliant. So the set we're going to use today, have a quick look at, is the Volvo set. So I've already had a look at these, obviously, because I'm quite eager to have a look what you get. So 2 sheets of decals. So we've got the main decal sheet for the car. So everything's on there. They're very nicely done, all in register. The colours are vibrant, really, really nice. Got everything on there from the Volvo logos, your Speedo, the seatbelt harnesses. Everything's on there. When I used these last time, I'll show you in a minute on the RS500 I did, they went down absolutely perfectly, no issues whatsoever, and really nice. So hopefully we won't have any trouble this time. And then the side markings as well. Say run the full length from probably the front door to the rear of the car. And again, saves any painting at all. Really high quality decals, very nice, clearly labelled. Some of the larger decals are labelled in letters, smaller ones are in numbers. And as you can see, you get a nice clear decal layout scheme as well. And unlike other manufacturers, you actually get both sides of the car shown, which quite often just shown one and everything's reversed. You've got to figure out where they all go. And some things can change on reverse. Might only be little, but it can change. So it's nice to see. Really, really good. Obviously, it's designed for the Tamiya kit, as it says down the bottom. Anything in a bracket is for car number 14. And 22 and 35 for the cockpit, 14 for the bucket seat. So very clearly labelled and nice and easy to follow scheme. So that's what we're going to do today. And it is on this kit. This is Tamiya's Volvo. Sadly, my kit body's a little bit warped, but not much we can do about that. So this has been primed in UMP white primer, sprayed and decanted Tamiya TS26, and literally we are ready to decal today. Now I have used these decals before, like I say. I did the Texaco RS500, which you may have seen on the channel before. These are S.K.Decals on this, and they are absolutely beautiful. Really vibrant red, absolutely stunning. As you can see, really, really nice. Very, very happy with them, and absolutely beautiful. The red is so deep, it's just utterly stunning. So pop that to one side. So what have we got to decal with today? Well, if you've seen my decaling video, it's pretty much the same stuff. We've got my coffee cup warmer, USB powered, on my trumpeter decal tray, so that's warming up as we speak. We've got micro scale, micro set, micro sol in bottles number 1 and 2. Set goes down first. Put your decal on, let it float around, move to position. Helps get rid of any water under there as well. Then put the sol on to help set the decal and conform to any surfaces. And if you prove a little bit stubborn, which I don't think we'll need on this, we've got Wolfers Solver Set, which is a bit of a stronger version of Microsol. Again, will help it conform to any areas that we have trouble with. Tool-wise, we've got the all-important cotton buds. There we go, my International Scale Modeler stickered up tub. We've got a water pen. Now, like I said before, I was using these to put the decal solutions in. They're not airtight. I noticed over time that the decal solutions lost their potency. So now I just use the brush. This is totally empty. And I'm literally using the brush. I like the brushes. They're nice and stiff. They really will help push in the decal where it's required. So still using the brush. We've got a Tamiya knife. Nice new blade in there as well. We've got Tamiya normal tweezers and the decal tweezers. And a pair of Tamiya decal scissors as well, and that's pretty much all we'll need. So I'm going to let my water warm up, and then we'll come back and start laying down some of these decals. Right, so my decal water is warmed up on my coffee warmer. I think it's about 40 to 50, 60 degrees C. It gets pretty warm, depends on the ambient temperature of the day as well. I've got the bottles open 1 and 2, that's microscale set and sol accordingly, so set in 1, the sol in 2. I've got my water brush for putting the decal down, the decal tweezers, and obviously the Volvo body itself. Now I'm just cutting out one of the larger decals for the side. We're going to pop one of these down and see how this lays down. I always start with the bigger, trickier decals first, so I know peace of mind that they have laid down. Very well printed these, I think they're silkscreen printed. Nice satin finish, just checking the water's temperature there. It's fine, in we go. I always put my decals in upside down. Finally put them the other way, they can curl up as soon as they hit the water. So I always put them in upside down first, and depending on the size of the decal, this one being especially large, can depend on how long it takes for the backing paper to release it. This being a large decal, it is going to take a while. So I've got some microscale solver set first, which is the blue bottle. That's been popped on the body. This allows the decal to be laid down and moved around without any issues. And yeah, it's belt and braces. Make sure you get it all down and plenty of liquid underneath so you can freely move the decal into position. Now I was just checking it there, it's not quite released. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and then come back when it's ready. Okay, there we go. It's loose enough on the backing paper now, so I've just slid off the very front. Pop it in place, and then I'm going to carefully ease it away. And obviously be aware that the bigger the decal, the more surface area it's got on the backing paper, so the more it's going to grip. So don't be just pulling it, because you either stretch the decal, or even worse, you'll completely rip it. So holding on to it with a wet thumb, I've just eased it off. As you can see, I've got a bit of a wrinkle, but having the solver set on, the micro set on the model allows the decal to move around a bit, and then we're just going to place it where we want it, move it around, use your references, you get the colour reference with the decals, put it in place, and then we're going to use the pen brush, again load it with micro set, to position it and lay it all down, get rid of all the creases and get it to conform where we want. If I have solver set before this now, we haven't put any solver set down yet, it's micro set from Microscale. So that's your blue lidded bottle. That's the two, the one that smells like vinegar. And there we go. So happy with where it is, roughly. We're going to get a bit more micro set on there. Push it around, using the brush to push out any bubbles, any creases, and just get it into that finer position where we want it. Very good decals. They are not too thin, so you can move them around. You see we are getting creases, but we're sliding it along into position, no drama whatsoever. And there we are. We are a little bit out of camera shot, unfortunately, in places, but I wanted to get the decal tray and the car in as much as possible. So there you go. Once you're happy with it, so I'll use the pen to brush out as much of the liquid from underneath the decal, whilst get rid of creases, bubbles, and pushing everything into recesses and areas as well. Now we do have two tricky door handles to get around on here. You can just see them appear in there. And the only way to work at those is let the decal solution sit on top and try and conform it in the handle as much as you can. You are going to get liquid in there, so at some point you are going to have to put a little tiny hole in there, pop that in, and then ease it out as you go. And that's where the micro sol and solver set, if needed, will come into play to conform it in. They're quite difficult areas to get, but this decal has gone down really well. As you can see, it's already starting to conform around the door running strips. So no problem with these at all. Beautiful colours as well. As you see, as I'm going around, even with just micro set, just working it away, making sure we're happy where it is, it's in position, there's no bubbles, no creases, and there are cutouts for the windows. As you can see, we're making sure they're all lined up. And that's it. So very impressed how quickly they laid down. Very impressed how quickly they start to conform as well. You can see that door rubbing strip down the side, which is normally black plastic on the real car, I think. You can see where it started to conform nicely already. So what I'll do is I'll just keep working the brush till I've got as much liquid out as possible, and like I say, it may still need a little bit of fettling, but as long as you don't put any of this micro sol down, you should still be able to move it. Now, not quite happy with the back pieces, so I'm going to lift it. Be very careful if you're doing this. Don't let it flick over like that. Get it back where you want it. It just shows you the beauty of these and just how resilient the decal they are. Because I popped it off, popped it back where I wanted it. A little bit more micro sol. Sorry, set. And we've got it laid down where we want it. So it's a case of getting all the water out, all the liquid out from underneath, and then putting some micro sol on top to get it to conform properly to all the areas. Once I'm happy with where it is and it's all in position, I get a cotton bud and just start to dry out the decal, get any of that solution out from in those little recesses, very gently rubbing it along the edge, no pressure at all. And then dry out the decal, get all the micro set off. And again, you see any bubbles or anything, any creases, any stray hairs, it's the time to remove them before you set the decal fully. Like I say, you see where the door handles started to conform, but it will need some persuasion to get in there. So there we go, run the cotton bud around, get rid of all the liquid until we're happy. Right, now we're happy that it's all dried off, we can get some micro sol on the brush, load it up and start to get this decal conformed. So just going to evenly brush it all over the decal. I was using the brush to push in any areas we need to get recessed. So around the top of the doors, the door shuts, as you can see, along that strip along the side, along the bottom. Just gently pushing it in with the brush, no pressure whatsoever really. Like I said, we're a little bit off camera, but wants to keep everything in, so I want to try and get the decal tray in, the solutions, etc. But you still see what I'm doing perfectly fine. And that's it. And then over those door handles, we're just going to let the microsol pool a little bit, and then around the arches, we need to just ease it around to get them to stick as well. So you can see we've lost a tiny little bit of decal on that rear wheel arch underneath. I'll have some spare decal later on that I've cut away that was a little bit extra. I'll just piece that in and you'll barely even notice it. As long as it's the same colour, and if not, you need to find a suitable colour as close as possible and just very lightly patch it and fill it in. So there we go, that's run around. That will now conform nicely to all the surface area. No bother whatsoever. And they will lay down and set absolutely beautifully. Right, onto the front section of decal now. Again, it's popping in the warm water again, and it's just starting to come up to backing paper. A little bit trickier this one. We've got an indicator to go around, which is a part sticking up, which is a bit of a pain. This is going to take a little bit of work, a bit of patience, and a bit of time to get the decal to set around. But the decals are fantastic. The fit is very, very good. They fit exactly where they should go. Like I say, I'm going to very roughly line it up, make sure we're in line with that front bumper, and that blue, light blue strip on the side lines up with the other one underneath. Now, we did have a little bit of excess decal from the first one we laid down, and all I've done is trim that off with a knife, so it's flush with the door shut, and this one just butts right up to it then. Otherwise, you'll have two decals laying over each other, and you get a slight step as you lay it down. So, this is going to take quite a bit of work, so we'll speed this process up a little bit, and come back when it's done. Okay, so what we're doing here, I've got the brush loaded up with microsol, and I'm started at the front and laid it down, pushing it backwards, because we're going to try and get it over this indicator, which is raised detail. So all we're doing is we're brushing it slowly past the indicator to get the crease out, and then make a bubble over the top. And it's a case of loading up with the decal solution and just slowly working out. Now, I've sped this up a bit. This did take about 11 minutes in total, really, of just constantly working away at that decal. I did lose a little chip of blue at the top. My own fault, I caught it by accident. And I have a little bit of extra blue while I'm there. I'm just working on door handles again. A little bit of extra blue just to fill it in, and at the end you won't even see it. So this is just constant work. Here we go. Now I'm using a cotton bud to get rid of any creases. Pop it out. So like I say, it did take about 11 minutes in total, because you just got to let the decal slowly soften and then slowly brush past it. The brush is very soft but still pointy enough to actually get in there and do the work required. So don't forget about the wheel arches. While we're there, as you can see, the little chips just at the top there, but we'll patch out the end, no problem whatsoever, and you won't even see that it's there. And that's it. So let the decal solution do the work. Don't force it, because all you're going to do is split the decal and cause more problems for yourself. Let the decal solution soften the decal. Use this soft but pretty firm brush, if that makes sense. It's soft, but it's not hard. It doesn't make any sense, but I think you know what I mean. It's pointy enough to allow the surface detail to be pushed in, to work away at it slowly to the point that you're happy it's in. And there we go. Right, so there we go. It's a few hours later. We're all done. So all the decals have gone down absolutely beautifully. Literally the car was white, so everything you see is a decal. As you saw, we laid down that side first. The side stripes went down. No real bother at all. They're going over the indicators pretty well, settled quite well. All these little bits over the roof, including that massive decal on the roof, all laid down brilliantly. And all the other markings have gone down without an issue at all. Absolutely brilliant. So very happy with that. S.K.Decals, they've gone down, no bother at all. Conforming to everything with just a micro set on its own, basically. Hit with a bit of microsol, and then right at the end, just one little go over a solver set. I always do that. Well, not always, but most of the time I do that. and they've conformed to every area, every surface, around corners, around bends. They've stretched. Really, really good decals that can take quite a bit of stick. So absolutely brilliant. Well and truly happy with them, and a nice, pleasant decal experience there. Absolutely brilliant. It's an iconic car. If you're a fan of the old 90s British Touring Car Championships, you'll remember these well. And very happy to get this car finally done. So thank you, SK. There's no other decals available for this bar Shunkos, which aren't the best, in my opinion. They don't like to conform around corners. So very happy to get these. Got the saloon ones on the way, as well as a few others. And that's it, really. So there you go. Absolutely brilliant. Very, very happy with that. Absolutely superb. So there we go. Absolutely fantastic. No real dramas laying those down at all. They're going down great with just microsets sol and solver set. A little bit at the end. Doesn't really need it. But it's like belt and braces, I always do it. And yeah, it looks great. Very happy with that. It's a truly iconic car for me. I grew up watching these things race. So nice to get it done. And the decals are just excellent. Really, really good. So as I say, go and check them out. The details are down below. It's S.K.Decals on Facebook. Or I'll put the email address down below as well in the description. And if you're after anything in particular, go and have a look or message Frankie and ask him. Does he do anything in particular? I'm sure they'll help you out. Very reasonable cost, very reasonable postage, and I really can't fault them at all. Absolutely brilliant. And it's certainly added a bit more life to some of my kits. For this Volvo, I had the Shunko decals. I'm not a fan of Shunko. They don't like to conform. Literally, almost anything that isn't white had to be painted. So there's a lot of masking and mucking around. And with this, the whole car is white and everything else is decal. So for me, it makes life a bit easier, and the result is fantastic. So there we go. Can't recommend them enough. Go over and have a look. And there you go. And mention that I sent you over there as well. It's always good. And there we are. So as always, check out our Facebook page and forum, International Scale Modeler, both free to sign up. Well run, well looked after, no idiots on there bar me. No one wants a critique given at all. So head on over there. The links are down below in the description. Check out the Friday night shows every Friday night, 7:30 UK, 8:30 Europe, 1:30 Central US. Again, the links down below for the Live at the Bench Facebook page. So come join us there. I've got my own Pull ISM Facebook group page as well. That's linked below. And we've got the modelling hangout group as well. So Off Air Hangouts, where it's private. You can come join us with webcam and mic and do a bit of modelling with us. They're on every night through the day and late on at night as well. And as always, check out umpretail.com, myself and Lee's business. That's www.umpretail.com. So there you go. If you've got any comments or questions, please post down below. Always interested to hear anything. If you've got any questions at all, please ask away. And give us a thumbs up or thumbs down on the video. And there we go. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.